What you lot saying? Yo, but did you man see what the thing that Agbono who said about Gary Neville? All right, big up. Yeah, the show was wavy. The show was wavy still. Yeah, the show was wavy, man. I appreciated it still. It was good. It just went quickly. Nah, they asked him a question, yeah. They said, yeah, who's the most overrated player that you played against, didn't it? They said, like, out of all the players you played against, who did you think was going to be really good? Then you played against them and you just had them on toast and you thought, right, this brain as good as people say he is. And he said Gary Neville, fam. He said Gary Neville, fam. I bust up. I was laughing in it because I get it in it. When I said, yeah, I think I said on one of the shows, yeah, that Gary Neville weren't that good, and then bare people started getting in their feelings, yeah. Start getting in their feelings saying, oh, but he's a United legend and he played in a treble winning team. All these things are correct. However, if you're a modern day winger that's tricky and pacey, yeah, you want to play against Gary Neville every week, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was in a very good team for the era that he was in, the system and everything like that. But, bruv, he was never that good, bruv. He was basic. Technically, he was just basic, bro. He read the game very well. He wasn't particularly fast. If you had pace, you could always get at Gary Neville. But he also had Beckham defending that would come back and would help him. But if you isolate Gary Neville one-on-one, you could get change out of man. You get me? So when Agbono said that, I couldn't believe it, innit? I couldn't believe it, bruv. But Gary Neville was decent, bruv. Like, no, he was no better than decent. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just funny, innit? Like, it's just funny how that kind of how that came up. Do you know what I'm saying? Ivanovic was better than Gary Neville. Absolutely. But there's bare right backs that were better than Gary Neville. Do you know what I'm saying? But because of what he won, a lot of people weren't expecting Agbono to say that as well, because Agbono played for Aston Villa. So when Aston Villa, like, strikers like, right, I'll come up against Gary Neville and he weren't that good, yeah? Like, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Like, loads of people thought, right, Gary Neville. But I wasn't surprised by it. That's why when I said it, like, people said, oh, that's wild. How can you say Gary Neville wasn't that good? But he weren't. Neither was Phil Neville. And neither was Nicky Butt either. Like, them man were just standard players. They were decent, innit? That's what they were. They were decent players in a very good team. And every good team's allowed decent players, bruv. But when you isolate these man one-on-one, like I said, how many men were trying to sign Gary Neville, bruv, when he played for Man United? No one ain't trying to sign that, bruv. That's something, he comes through the youth team, is great, but ain't no one trying to sign Gary Neville. No one better than Man United anyway, or even on Man United's level would want to sign, man. So I just found it real funny when Agbono said that, because I didn't see it coming, bro. And that's what I mean about overrated, innit? Gary Neville was not shit. He never was shit. But when I say players are overrated, that don't mean they're crap here. It just means they're not as good as you think they are, innit? That's all it means. So, I don't know. I found that mad funny still. You know what I'm saying? Gary Neville pocketed Figo and that, and Ronaldo, don't forget. That's nonsense. He didn't pocket no one, bro. That's bullshit. You defend and attacked as a team, bro. And Gary Neville always had David Beckham, yeah, who had a mad engine coming back to help him defend. One-on-one, yeah, defending, bruv. Figo would have ate Gary Neville, bruv. Like, behave yourself, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't one-on-one. Gary Neville never really had to defend one-on-one against man like how Wan-Bissaka defends one-on-one against man, because he doesn't have a right winger that's going to help him defensively, bro. Like, you have to understand football, bruv. One-on-one, Gary Neville will get eaten by any winger that's got a bit of pace and a bit of trickery about him. Eat him, bruv. Like, if you're Wilfred Zaha or something like that, who would you rather play against defensively? A Gary Neville or a Wan-Bissaka? You'll choose Gary Neville every single day of the week, bro. Every day of the week. That's just how it is, my guys. 100%. Phil Neville was better than Gary Neville. He was. But because Gary, had the right back locked down, Phil Neville could only really play left back, innit? But Phil Neville played central midfield as well. Do you think Gary Neville could have played central midfield? No chance. Phil Neville was a better player than Gary Neville. It's just that Gary Neville was a better right back. But athletically, Phil had a bit more pace. Phil had a bit of two-footedness about him. A bit more intelligent. That's why he could play in midfield. Phil was actually better than Gary Neville as a footballer, technically. But his level wasn't higher. But he was a better round-all player than Gary Neville, for sure. For sure. Where's this comment? I need to put this up still. Thuram was better than Neville. Thuram's one of the best right backs of all time, bruv. You can't put Gary Neville and Thuram in the same sentence. Man said Phil Neville can't defend. What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Man, someone said, Gary Neville would get into an all-time Manchester United team. So what? So what, bruv? So what? You get into an all-time Man United team based on longevity. That's it. He's not better than Wan-Bissaka. Nowhere near him. No fucking chance. Do you know what I'm saying? No chance. What we're seeing Wan-Bissaka do as a right back, we've never seen at this club, bro. We've never seen it. That's a fact. Like, I don't care about how long man's been at the club and this, that, and the other. Gary Neville ain't nowhere near Wan-Bissaka, bro. Nowhere near him. Defenders don't want to come up against Wan-Bissaka, bro. Man are switching wings. Do you think man switch wings to get away from Gary Neville? Come on now, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That it's not even the same conversation. Not even the same conversation. Rants, do you rate Mane over Giggs? What do you mean, bro? Is Mane better than Ryan Giggs? Probably. Do you know what I'm saying? In modern game, yeah, but Ryan Giggs had a different job. Like, when people are rating Ryan Giggs, Ryan Giggs, played in an era where the winger had to attack, they had to defend, and they weren't goal scorers so much. They used to assist in it. If you got wingers that scored loads of goals, like your Iron Robbins, these guys were like the elite. But Ryan Giggs never really scored goals. Like, he didn't, innit? His goal record's not good. So if you're looking at purely at numbers and that, then Mane is better for sure. But if Mane was playing in a 4-4-2 and he had to defend and he had to attack and stuff like that, that's the only time that you could have like a true discussion and comparison, because they play different positions. Even though they both play from the left, Mane is not a left winger like Giggs was a left winger. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's not really the same comparison. It's like comparing like a David Beckham who played right mid to like, I don't know, like Sterling or something like that. You can't compare Sterling to like David Beckham. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not really a fair comparison. So I just don't think. But Irwin was miles better than Gary Neville. Miles, in it. So if you know football, you'll know. Irwin was miles better than Gary Neville. Miles. It wasn't even close. Technically, Dennis Irwin could have played anywhere on the pitch. Way better than Gary Neville. Do you know what I mean? If I was doing an all-time Manchester United team, Dennis Irwin gets in at left back. Gary Neville has to get in at left back, yeah, because Wan-Bissaka's only been there a few seasons. But give me 3 years and I'm putting Wan-Bissaka there. Actually, even give me 1 more year and I'm putting Wan-Bissaka there. I just can't put him there based on 1 season yet. But Wan-Bissaka's better than him. Yeah, Giggs had a spell at central midfield as well. Exactly. Towards the end of his career, he changed his game. And Ryan Giggs was never prolific, though. He was never a goal scorer. Like, even in his heyday, in his prime, he didn't score enough goals, in my opinion, for the level of talent that he did have. He just wasn't. This man talking about this Brazilian talking to himself. I'm just seeing him spamming the flipping comments, bro. Giggs average 10 assists a season, world class. Is 10 assists a season world class? Is it? Let me know in the comments if you think so, because I don't think so. 10 assists as a midfielder, that's not world class. How many games do you play in a season? Bruv, if you play 30, say you play 40 games in a season and you average 10 flipping assists, that's not world class. That's nowhere near it. That's rubbish. Numbers weren't a thing. It's all about the eye test. You're 100%. That's what I mean. Man is saying that Trent Alexander's averaging more assists than Ryan Giggs, blood. So then that brings to, so when man is saying, was Giggs really that good, yeah? Was he overrated? That's probably what Woodhouse means, bro. Like, that's why I'm not jumping down his throat, because I get what he means, innit? How many assists did Xavi had? Xavi played DM, bruv. How are you comparing Xavi to a left winger? This is why you shouldn't argue with certain people about football, blood. Absolutely. It is. It's rubbish. It's rubbish, mate. It is. Exactly. Gary Neville wasn't world class. He was nowhere near world class, but he was a great professional and a diehard United fan. And that's why he's a legend. But he wasn't a legend because he was sick, because he wasn't sick. Wan-Bissaka will wipe him, bro. Wipe him out. Like, there's levels to this football thing. I keep telling people there's levels, in it. Just because man's a United fan and he's a nice guy, that don't mean that he was wavy. He wasn't wavy. Like, no one was scared of coming against Gary Neville, yeah? Like, on the pitch, bruv. No one. Like, man don't want to play against Wan-Bissaka. Like, they're switching wings, guys. I'm telling you. Make sure you smash the like button as well. That's all he was. Competent, consistent, and tidy. Perfect. Couldn't have put it well. Couldn't have put it better. Yeah, physically, you could always get at Gary Neville. There was always change to be got out of Gary Neville, bro. Always. Without a shadow. Did you, man, see what Sheringham, yeah? Did you see what Sheringham done? Said about Pogba? Xavi was not just a central midfielder. He wasn't, bro. He was a deep lying playmaker. Xavi never got into the box. He weren't just a central midfielder. He wasn't. That's a myth, bro. Myth. Xavi weren't a box to box, bro. He was a deep playmaker, bro. He weren't no CM like how these men are playing centre mid now where they're box to box. Xavi was never box to box. How many goals did this Bray score? How many shots did this Bray even average in a season? Like Xavi never had the engine. Never had the engine to be getting up and down. That wasn't his game, bro. He was just a ticker in midfield, bro. That's what he was. Like even with Busquets, yeah, you could argue, yeah, that Busquets, yeah, he's a ball-winning midfielder. Some people might say he's a central midfielder. Some people might say he's a DM. But do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't play much deeper than Xavi did. Yeah, the English media have been overrating guys. But you know what it is, yeah? You see the problem is, yeah? Because Manchester United was successful, yeah, because United were winning, automatically everyone's gonna say, yo, Giggs is sick, Beckham's sick, Keane's sick, all these guys are sick because we're winning stuff. It's easy to overrate players when you're winning things. It's just like Liverpool. Liverpool's team are winning stuff. That's why everyone's overrating Jordan Henderson. Because Liverpool are winning stuff. No one would be saying Henderson team of the season, Henderson's world class, if Liverpool weren't winning stuff. But because Liverpool are winning stuff, people are assuming that it's because Henderson's sick. But it's not because Henderson's sick. It's because Klopp's a sick coach, there's a sick system, and they're a sick team. So it makes these players look better than they actually are. You could argue that Giggs fits into that category, that he looked better than he was because he was in a sick team. You could argue that. With the stats that you have for Ryan Giggs' career, you could actually argue that the team made him look better than he actually was as a player. I'm not saying that that's a fact, but I'm saying that that could be argued. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like Gini Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum's not better than Fred. He's not. But Wijnaldum in that system looks sick, bro. Liverpool's midfield on paper is not better than Man United's, bro. But when we play them, their midfield, yeah, Bruno, Pogba, and Matic, yeah, is better than Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Fabinho. It is. It's way better than that. But that doesn't mean that we're going to batter their midfield when we play them. We might not. If the chemistry is not right between them three, then do you know what I'm saying? We don't know. But Liverpool's team on paper is not as good as the numbers that they have on the board. So Klopp deserves a lot of credit for that because it shows that Klopp is coaching them very well. And it's the same with Manchester United. Because we were winning things, people overrated Gary Neville. Gary Neville wasn't good, bruv. He was just okay. That's all he was. Okay. That's it. But man are saying Gary Neville was sick, bruv. He weren't sick. Gary Neville was never sick. Phil Neville was never sick. Nicky Butt was never sick. Darren Fletcher was never sick. Jason Park was never sick. These men are just good players. Just good. Just good. That's it. Not very good, just good. But when your team's winning, man will overlook bare things. Man will just gas you up. Bro, Henderson don't even get into the English team, but he got into team of the season for the Premier League. because Liverpool. So when man are saying Ryan Giggs is overrated, man are not saying that Giggs is shit. What he's trying to say is, because of the team Giggs played in, man are overestimating how good he was because he won all these things and he was in a good team. So they're boosting his value above what it should be. That's what he's saying. And if you look at the numbers, it's very hard to disagree. It's very hard to disagree. Exactly. In the youth team, Nicky Butt was a bad boy, and then in the main team, he was the guy that came in if we had an injury. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Make sure you smash the like button if you're watching the stream. There's nothing wrong with that. But saying players are overrated doesn't mean that they're rubbish, guys. We need to get out of this culture where you can't criticize someone without people either thinking it's personal and there's a vendetta, or without people thinking that you're trying to minimize them. Man are not trying to minimize these ballers, but they're simply just not as good as you remember them to be because they were in a sick team. When we look back now, when we look back now on this Liverpool team, man are going to be saying, oh yeah, Jordan Henderson, the captain of one of the best Liverpool teams ever. They're going to gas him up, but he's whack. Wijnaldum ain't world class. When you look at Liverpool's team, Van Dijk, world class. Trent Alexander, he's not a world-class defender, but as a player overall, you could argue that he's knocking on world-class door. I think Trent, is at the same level as like Anthony Martial, where they're not world-class, but they can be world-class, innit? They can be. Like, they have the potential. Robertson, again, I've seen him in the Liverpool system, so he looks wavy in the Liverpool system. But if Robertson was playing for another team, do I think that he would be world-class in that team? Maybe not. It's the system, innit? So Robertson I have to reserve judgment on. Joe Gomez ain't world-class. Fabinho, you could say maybe he is, maybe he isn't. That's up to your opinion. Wijnaldum ain't world-class. Henderson ain't world-class. Mane's world-class. Salah's world-class. Firmino, you could argue Firmino's not world-class. He just looks world-class in that system, in that team. So Liverpool don't really have that many sick ballers. But they're a very good team. So all the players in that team look sick. With Manchester United, people weren't saying Cole and York were world-class. Maybe they weren't world-class. But together, in that team, they were sick. Do you see what I mean? Like, look at the treble-winning team. How many world-class players did we have in there? Cole and York, if you say they weren't world-class, then cool, they're not world-class. David Beckham, at times he was world-class, at times he wasn't. Paul Scholes was world-class. Like, Roy Keane was world-class at a certain period of time, and then he wasn't. Ronnie Johnson wasn't world-class. Jaap Stam was world-class. David May wasn't world-class. What other defender did I miss out from there? There was May, Johnson, Stam. I've left someone out. It will come back to me. Gary Neville wasn't world-class. Peter Schmeichel was world-class. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's bare man that weren't world-class, bro. Dennis Irwin, you could argue Dennis Irwin was world-class, but then again, who are we comparing Dennis Irwin to? Because you might say, yo, Dennis Irwin's world-class, but if you compare Dennis Irwin, Henning Berg wasn't world-class. If you compare Dennis Irwin to like Roberto Carlos, he's nowhere near him. Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of like, who are we comparing these men to? Yeah, Jaap Stam was top 2, top 3 centre-backs in the world. In the world. At the time, was Ryan Giggs top 2, top 3 wingers in the world? Probably not. Was Beckham? Definitely not. Do you know what I mean? Was Ryan Giggs better than Luis Figo? Do you know what I mean? Like, man like that. I don't think he was, bro. Do you know what I mean? So Again, Wes Brown wasn't world class. All these guys, they weren't world class, but our team won the Champions League. So just because our team won the Champions League, does that mean we had the best players in Europe? Like, we didn't. But the team made each player perform above their station because we had the best manager in the world. Do you see what I'm saying? So when man ask, yeah. So when we ask now, was certain man overrated? It doesn't mean they're crap. All it means is, were these men individually as good as we thought they were because they were in a successful team? I don't see the problem with having that debate. Because we could have the same debate about this Liverpool team when there's no attachment to the team involved. And we're looking at all these men saying they're not world class, but they won the Champions League. Do you see what I mean? They won the Champions League. Man said, of course. Bro, Real Madrid could put out a team full of world-class players. The whole team. Varane and Ramos are world-class. Marcelo's world-class. Carvajal's world-class. Casemiro, Modric, Cruz, world-class. Gareth Bale, world-class. Benzema, world-class. Real Madrid could put out a team of 11 world-class ballers, bro. Facts. Alex Ferguson made loads of dead ballers look decent, bruv. What Sir Alex Ferguson won with the players he had no right to win, bruv. That showed how well he managed these men. That's testament to him. I said Rafa Varane. Varane and Ramos. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. So when you're asking if a player is overrated, don't be too sensitive about it. Overrated just means, are these players winning stuff because of the team that they're in, or are they actually one of the sickest in the world in their position? That's all it means. So asking if Ryan Giggs is overrated is a valid question, bro. It is. All right. All right, big up you, man, as well. And also, yeah, for the guys that haven't seen my last video, I got my Patreon page up, yeah. I've arranged my first interview, yeah, with a footballer, innit? And I'm gonna record that tomorrow. I spoke to him today. That's gonna be exclusive on there, innit? So I'm gonna be doing 60% of my stuff, or maybe 50% of my content on this YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be moving most of my stuff over. Like, YouTube been fucking around for a while. Do you know what I mean? That's why Joe Rogan's taking his podcast to Spotify. Everyone's gonna be slowly leaving from here because they're just trying to bump people in it. So I had an early bird offer on for the first 100 for £1 in it, and I think that's nearly done. I think, well, there was 6 left last time I checked, but they might be all gone now. The link's in the description, guys. If you want to come over and see the exclusive content that I'm going to have on there, it won't be on the YouTube channel at all. The subscription's never going to be a lot of money. Like, it's only going up to a maximum of £3. I said it's going to go up to. It's not going to go up to more than £3, which is less than a train journey, really. Like, in London, I don't know where you lot are all for, but £3's not a lot of money here. It's less than £1 a week, but it just means I don't have to put ads in my video, and yeah, the algorithms can't fuck up my content and stop you lot from seeing it. So I'm moving most of my stuff over there. I'm still going to be doing stuff on this channel, but the priority is going to be the other channel. So if you do want to join, then the link's in the description. Obviously, the quicker you sub, then obviously the cheaper you'll get it for. What did Sheringham say about Pogba? He basically said that Pogba is one of the players that we need to be getting rid of, and that for the team to move forward, he can't be in the team. How he needs a personality like Roy Keane and he doesn't have one. and basically saying that he don't get a good vibe from him. I don't know what that vibe means, bruv. I don't know what that vibe means. I don't know what that vibe means. I think Teddy Sheringham's an arsehole. He was a very good footballer, a fan of his. I was very intelligent player on the pitch, technically very good, good movement, but he's had an absolute fucking mare, bruv. He has. He's talking out his asshole, Teddy Sheringham. Paul Pogba is one of the most dedicated footballers in the game. The geezer had an operation, had his foot in a cast and he was back training the same day. People don't want to dwell on that. All the players, including the manager, want to come out and say that Pogba's like the model pro. And then Teddy Sheringham, who's never met the guy, is coming out talking shit. Do you know what I mean? Teddy Sheringham is full of shit. That's what he is. He was a good player, but he's a shit pundit and he's an asshole, innit, for saying that. And this Pogba agenda is embarrassing. It's embarrassing, innit? Like, Teddy Sheringham needs to be ashamed of himself. He's a joke. You know what I mean? It's just one of them ones. That's just how it is. Like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like, who's the... Absolutely. Absolutely. We are so, we are so lucky to have Paul Pogba, yet all he deals with is people chatting shit about him all the time. If I was him, I'd want to leave. I'd want to leave. Man's won a fucking World Cup, mate. He's won a World Cup in a team that he sacrificed himself. He sacrificed himself, bruv. Man's playing holding midfield for France when he wants to be further forward, breaking up the play, winning tackles and doing all the dirty work for his team. Sacrificed himself. And he's been sacrificing himself for Manchester United as well. Playing deeper when he wants to be further forward, getting assists and scoring goals. That's what he wants to do. But he's not doing that. He sacrificed himself. He sacrificed winning trophies to come to Manchester United. A man has to listen to guys like Teddy Sheringham chatting shit. Pogba gets into any team in the world. Starting lineup, including Manchester City. Everyone. A man are disrespecting him. Real talk. Andy Cole didn't fuck with Teddy Sheringham. Andy Cole categorically said to man that Sheringham was an arsehole. Do you know what I'm saying? So, this is it. Teddy Sheringham just has a problem with just certain people that act a certain way, bruv. He's just a prick, innit? He's one of them Jack the Lad arrogant dickheads, bro. And him and Andy Cole never got on. That's it. Like, literally, Pogba walks into any team in the world. Any team. Walks in. But then Manchester United think that they can disrespect him. It's hilarious. And it is an old school British mentality. They think that to be a leader, you have to run around kicking people. That's what Roy Keane thinks. Roy Keane, Graham Souness, these men think that what makes you a leader is being a hard bastard and running around kicking people. That's not how life works, mate. It's 2020, bro. It's all this fake masculinity crap. And then Sheringham could run around and say, yo, United need to be getting rid of Paul Pogba. But what about your mate, Ollie, mate? Because how can you turn around and say that Ollie's doing a great job, but you think that Paul Pogba's not good enough to be at the club? Have you seen Paul Pogba's CV compared to Ollie's CV? Why does Ollie deserve to be at United, but Paul Pogba doesn't? Based on what? Sheringham's an idiot. That's what he is, bro. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like, bro, like at the end of the day, yeah, like, why the hell is Teddy Sheringham out here talking about Paul Pogba, bro? Like, why? Like, why is he talking about Pogba, bro? Pogba's played like 8 games all season. Why the hell is Sheringham talking about a man that hasn't even been playing football? You know why? Because it makes headlines. That's why. Nobody's spoken about Teddy Sheringham in a hot minute, bro. He's no one, bro. He's no one really in the football world. Facts. Facts. And that's the thing. Teddy Sheringham was a quality player. Quality player. But he chats fucking shit, bro. What do you mean by this, bro? I don't understand what that means. Tevez was quality, bro. You could have easily built a team around Carlos Tevez. He was world class, bro. He was hard working, everything like that. Man United should have done everything in their fucking power to keep Carlos Tevez. He was quality, bro. Tevez shits on Ji-sung Park. Who said anything about race, blood? Who said anything about race? I haven't seen anyone in the comments say anything about race. Whether it's race or not, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. No, Teddy Sheringham's a dickhead, bro. Bro, everyone judges Pogba different to how they judge other midfielders, bro. They just don't like him, innit? They just don't like him. Pogba's got star quality in it, and it rubs certain people up the wrong way in it. When you see someone that's young, he's got swagger, he's rich, he's flamboyant with it, he's got the hairstyles, everything, the dance moves. Like people, they're just jealous, bro. That's what it is. You see, when people see people doing well in life, yeah, human nature, yeah, certain people are just haters, bro. They don't want to see you do better than them. And that's what it is with Pogba. He's got more money than all of these men talking about him. He's a better footballer than all these men talking about him. And it's just funny, bro. All these men hating on Pogba, none of them are better than him. None of them are better than him, bro. The man that hate on him. None of them are better than him. None of them have more World Cup medals than him. Like the real G's, the OGs of football all rate Pogba. Neymar said Paul Pogba was the first name on the team sheet if he had a five-a-side game. Neymar. But then you want me to listen to Teddy Sheringham and Paul Ince. Ha! Idiots, blood. What you man saying anyway? Let me take a few more. Let me take a few more before I go. Bro, listen. You know what it is, yeah, with this, yeah? With me, yeah? I hold United to the same standard I'd hold myself, innit? Like, I don't like, I want the best for myself in life. I always want better. I always want better. I always want to be the best. I'm always working hard, innit? That's my attitude. So because of that, yeah, I believe that if you want to be the best, you have to put yourself in a position to be the best, do the best things, innit? I don't accept mediocrity in my own life. So I'm not going to accept it from Manchester United with all the resources and the money they have. A lot of people are happy with just being good at things, which is why they're happy with signing Josh Kings and these men. These men have got mediocre mentalities in their own lives, isn't it? That's all it is, bro. That's why a lot of people don't get where I'm coming from when I say certain things, bro. They don't understand me. They don't understand me as a person, bro. It's how I am as a person, bro. Like all my opinions I give, I would judge myself the same way. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is, bro. Like man don't say things to try and be controversial or anything like that. Man says what I genuinely feel, and that's the standards that I would hold everyone. Everyone. Legends do have an agenda against Pogba, but also when Liverpool weren't winning, yeah, they weren't chatting about Firmino. They weren't chatting about Firmino, bro. Of course, they've got an agenda against Pogba, and the agenda stems way back from when Ferguson had a problem with Raiola. Do you know what I mean? There was always this thing around the club with Pogba and Raiola, and it's been passed down. So that's why you get these ignorant Man United fans saying, "Yeah, that's why Fergie sold him." Fergie didn't want to sell him. Pogba left of his own accord, bro. Fergie wanted him to stay. So all these men have like a preconceived thing in their head about Pogba, and they just chat shit, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But Firmino can do all that flashy shit. No one cares. Even at Arsenal, Aubameyang does all that stuff. Nobody cares, bro. He's their best player. But at Man United, the culture is different, innit? Pogba's our best player, but Pogba's not allowed to have the freedom. But these men will chat shit about Pogba, yeah, but they want to sign Josh King, though. That was an accident. From our pundits should be think for yourselves. They're not experts. They are in the entertainment and view. Of course they are. I'm sure most of these men just say things to get clicks. You know what it is, yeah? The new media like us, yeah, on YouTube, we're getting so many numbers and so many views that I know a lot of these men in TV just say shit just to get clicks. I know they do. Why is it that it'll be Sheffield United versus Burnley and then Souness will end up talking about Pogba? It's to get clicks, bro. Absolutely. Very flamboyant brothers, bro. Very flamboyant. And you see, when you're flamboyant like that, haters will hate on you, bro, because they don't want to see you do well. All right, guys, that's 45 minutes up. So I'm going to make a move now. Do you know what I'm saying? But big up for everyone that's interacted. Can you please smash that like button? Smash that like button for me. Big up everyone. I'll start to do these more because you lot have been asking. You're saying that I done one, I think, was it yesterday? And you lot enjoyed it. So I'm gonna start doing them. When anything happens, I'm just gonna do this because I know you enjoy it. And yeah, if you want to see like the premium exclusive content, and also if you just want to support me anyway, then definitely subscribe to my Patreon. The link's in the description. I had some £1 early bird subs. I think they might be finished now. They might be finished now. If they're not finished, there's only about 4 or 5 left. But see if you can grab them before they're gone. And yeah, like I'm not putting the prices up on those, in it. Like the first 100 is £1. The second 100 is £2. And then after that 100, it's just going to be £3, like for the month. And that works out, that's 75p a week or something like that. It's peanuts, in it. But it just means I'm not going to put bare ads on the videos, expensive stuff. I mean, exclusive stuff. I've got an interview scheduled for tomorrow, which I'm going to put up on there. That's going to be up on there. It won't be up on YouTube. I'll probably put like a preview on my channel, but I won't put the full thing up. There's going to be loads of exclusive stuff, loads of Patreon only content. It's going to be my main page, in it. So I'm going to be focusing most of my energy on there because YouTube are going down the drain, bruv, which is why, as I said, Joe Rogan left to go Spotify, and loads of people you're going to start see going over to other platforms because they're not treating the influencers well at all. In terms of the views are less than a penny a view anyway. The money, they're decreasing, but also the advertising, which they put on the videos that we actually get paid for, they're starting to manipulate it. So the algorithms are fucked and you're not able to say certain things, or they're taking your video down, and effectively they're trying to kill the business, in it. So if there's any influencers that you do like and you want to support, then yeah, it's probably going to be likely that they'll be moving over to, or trying to find a way to move to other platforms at some period of time. So big up yourselves again. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you that have already subbed. Even if you're not going to go over and sub, I'm still going to be on this channel. It just means that a lot of like the premium stuff you're not going to see. But either way, man, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here anyway. I love all of you lot anyway. Like, you lot fuck with me. That's why you're here. And that's why you've been here, innit? So big up all you guys. And yeah, man's going to catch you tomorrow.